Hey everyone, Kevin A. Creedon, the man behind King Size Customs here, and well, this is my New Year's Eve video. Sorry, no customs, no cars, nothing. I mean, this is just a little peek behind the scenes. If you're wondering why I'm dressed the way I am, I didn't change after work. This is kind of how I dress on, let's say, special occasions and Fridays. Especially if I gotta go to court, I usually wear my jewelry. Um, so, and I'll get to a story kind of about that. So, happy New Year's Eve. Um, you know, I hope everybody had a great 2025. Mine was okay. I did some fun things. Some of you who follow me over on Instagram know some of the fun things, and I'll throw a few photos in at the end of this video here, as I usually do with every video. But I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. I wanted to have my full driver's license. I wanted to have a driver's license. I didn't get that. Things just came up, bad health things, and then just mindset. Unfortunately, I got a lot of things that kind of got blocked in, things just came up. So, but who knows? 2026 is the goal. Ideally, I wanted to have my license before my oldest nephew, but he's 16 now and he's going to get his license soon. So, whatever. And that's the other thing that I've noticed about life. I'm 31 years old. Yeah, about that. Things change all the time. Plans change. I mean, what's the good old saying? We make plans and God laughs at them. Anyway, so that's mainly the negative thing. Positive things to come. Positive things that happened in 2025. I went to my first lowrider show in Atlantic City. Awesome. I would love to go back. Friend of mine and I went to, friends of mine, I pretty much paid for the tickets to go to the lowrider show. So that was cool to actually have my one friend drive me, and then another friend and a friend of a friend kind of, came along. So lowrider show was fun. What else? Went to Las Vegas for the first time and got to see some of the biggest things that I never thought I would see. Of course, I had to get a picture at the sign. You'll see a picture of that. Had to get took a tour, actually got to walk through the world famous gold and silver from Pawn Stars. Awesome. Didn't get to see the pawn shop inside a pawn shop because they were actually filming, but I did get to see Rick Harrison. I didn't get to speak to him, but I got to see him. Got to see the Count's Custom Shop. And for me, it was a little disappointing because it's small, but, and like the gift shop was built in. Got to go to the Shelby factory. Got a whole guided tour of that place. So that was cool. Got to see some comedians. I can't remember if it was the summer of this year, but I went to Atlantic City for my first time. Got to see Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias. It was okay, not great, but that's besides the point. So let's see how'd that. So the summer went to Atlantic City for a weekend. Got to hang out with a friend. That same friend that I went to Atlantic City with. Excuse me. If you can't tell, I'm not feeling the greatest. Voice is giving out. But, so, friend I went to Atlantic City with to go see Fluffy actually is the one that I went to Las Vegas with. This dude knows how to travel. I had like some of the greatest hotel accommodations for Vegas. Took the monorail, a bunch of places. We literally, I could, from my room, literally see the Sphere. and the high roller was attached to our hotel. So that's that observation wheel. Hope to go back in 2026, but more than likely we'll go to Vegas in 2027, around, January, February. Hopefully. Fingers crossed, kids. So Atlantic City for Fluffy. Then quite a few months go by. End up going to the lowrider show, like the official lowrider show in Las Vegas. Las Vegas, Jesus Christ, no. Not going to afford that yet. In Atlantic City again. This was kind of towards like the spring. Go to Las Vegas in the summer. Whew, boy. I have not worn shorts since 2008. So I actually bought shorts because my buddy's like, dude, if you come to the airport and you're not wearing shorts, I will punch you in the, well, you guys can figure that one out. So that was the second major trip. And then most recently went to Baltimore to go see Bert Kreischer. So those are like the big things I did in 2025. 2026, I have no idea what's going on. I can't predict the future, but things I'd like to do. I'd like to go out to the Hot Wheels show. I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. So I'll probably try to save up some money and go out to LA and go to the Hot Wheels show out there. I was like this freaking close, and then COVID happened. And I was like, damn it. I had the money for the hotel, for the travel. All I had to do was save up spending money. But just like that, our plans changed. Well, my plans. The world changed, basically. So yeah, that's one thing. I'm kind of not proud to admit this, but 2025, I really liked. There's a pop artist that I'm sure a lot of you guys know of and everybody likes, Sabrina Carpenter. So I watched her at Lollapalooza on Hulu. I watched her at Austin City Limits Weekend 1 on Hulu. I'd love to go see her live, but there's a couple of goals that I need to achieve before I go see her. Financial things. Same stuff everybody probably, is complaining about, but, I'd like to take care of some things before I go see her. But, and of course, my buddies, my friends, they all tease me about that. But I don't care. I'd love to go see her live. Because the thing was, I was going to go see her I had plans, but I didn't have the money to do it. And I didn't really research this all out. But I was going to go see her in Madison Square Garden on Halloween. I know, I'm not the typical audience, but I don't care. I still enjoy her music. I like her interviews. I think she's cute. So, anyway, 2026, might be the year that I get my license. I don't want to talk too much on that because, believe it or not, even though you guys see me a lot, or you used to see me more, I try to keep some things private. And plus, the more I talk about things, the less likely they are to happen. But 2026 may be the year I get my license. I hope it's the year I get my license. Now, I really want to talk about the lack of customs. Basically, 2025 for me has been a year of such a mind and body draining thing that I didn't feel really up to making customs. And you guys can probably see it in my videos. I will share, I have one in the can. I'm just going to go through and edit it. I have a custom Dodge Monaco police car that I did. And believe it or not, I'm actually looking at it off camera. And it came out great. However, it didn't really come out to my full liking, but it came out good enough. And when you're doing something artistic like that, you don't really want to. I'm settling for good enough, but is what it is, guys. This has not been like the happiest of years. It's had its moments where it's been fun, but this has also been a year of like self-realization, and there's a bunch of things that got past me, when I was younger. There's a bunch of things I wish I had done, but I will say you live and you learn. Sometimes it's, again, we make plans, God laughs at them. We look at life differently as things go on. So, anyway, long story short, long video, trying to be short. I hope 2026 is better for me. I hope your 2025 was great. And again, I'm just going to try to focus on being better. I mean, I have a special place to go out and do my customs, paint stuff. It's outside of my house. It's a outbuilding. There might even be a tour of the outbuilding on this channel. I don't know. But, 2025 was a year that really kind of made me sit and think and changed a lot for me. But I hope 2026 is better for me. Not saying that 2025 was horrible. It was okay. Could have been better. But, the same end of on the other side of the coin, it could have been worse. So, anyway, guys, happy New Year's Eve. I hope next year is more fortunate for everyone. Everyone has a better next year. Even if your 2025 was great, I hope your 2026 is even better. So, all right, take it easy, and I'll be here. Anytime I do a custom car, like I've got a few ideas in the can. One's going to be really fun. I'm going to be doing 3 of the same casting made by the same people, but I'm going to do different mods on each of those castings. So that's my tease. All right, take it easy, everyone. Hey, so postscript, Kevin here. So I noticed as I was watching the video back, I didn't tell the story about my jewelry. Well, basically, after hanging out with a friend, that friend in Las Vegas, and he's like, dude, you got to go out, you got to do fun things. You can't just stay cooped up in the house, because that's just going to lead you down the path. You got to go out sometimes. You're just going to get yourself so wrapped up in yourself that, So, I don't live that far away from where I used to attend college. And there's this place that my buddy, another friend, and I used to go through my college career. And I didn't realize how weird it is to be the old guy at the college bar. So, and I'll keep this vague, but so it's a Friday night. I get picked up from work, and I'm just like, hey, can you drop me off at said college bar? And it's a chain of restaurants here, and it's a bar and like pizza shop. So anyway, I go and I'm hanging out. It's literally like 6:00, and I'm sitting there and I'm just hanging out. And there's no waitresses at this place. It's basically, at the bar side, it's basically, you got high top tables and you got the bar. And if you ain't at the bar, it's going to get crowded. You ain't getting a drink. So I wait and I watch people, I watch a couple of these college students fade out of the bar, just slip away. And I grab my seat when the moment's perfect. So I go and I hang out, and I'm there for a few minutes. And I grab myself a couple of Miller Lights. Don't ask me why. I mean, I usually drink Coors Banquet, personal preference. That's the beer that everybody was drinking in Smokey and the Bandit. I love Coors Banquet. I also love Guinness too, but anyway, that's besides the point. So the thing about it is, I notice I'm wearing a shirt and a tie, and I'm basically dressed like this, and I got my bear claw ring that you guys have seen, and I got my pinky ring on, and I'm looking around and I'm like, all these people seem young. So anyway, and this is after they like looked at my card, at my ID at the entrance, and I'm like, all these people seem young. And then it hits me, I'm like, oh crap, I'm at the college bar and I'm the old guy at the bar. Wow. So just a small little side story here for that 2025. Now, that experience was so good that it makes me kind of want to go out and, go hang out at a couple of other places around here. But yeah, I ain't hanging out at college bars anymore. That's how you know you're a grown adult, kids. When you're over drinking age, but you start realizing there are certain places that cater to certain crowds. And, well, you don't want to be outside that target audience. Anyway, guys, have a great one. Hope you like the story.